What is going on, everybody? It is Speedy Sam, the new, name for Satanic Sam. Overall, I'm just Satanic Sam, and every time I end up in a different video, I'm gonna do different things. Survival games, I'm Survival Sam. Racing games, I'm Speedy Boy Sam. But let's get into the race. So this is one of my favorite tracks. As you can see, I can just fucking take off from these people. I've definitely changed my gearing to be a lot, and I mean drastically better than them. I didn't practice this track too much before I hopped in it, which is why I did make quite the amount of mistakes. Like coming out of what turn like 2 that was, I just hit the dirt, but overall, I didn't do too bad, and I had lots of fun. I love Sonoma's track. Sonoma is one of my more favorite racing tracks. Um, at least one of the ones that are local to me, because I've actually been to Sonoma, and I didn't race these, but I had a friend who was racing these specific cars at Sonoma the same weekend that I was racing go-karts at the go-kart track right up the hill. And yeah, there's a go-kart track, not too far away from the actual racing track at Sonoma, which is great. I love the whole thing. Um, the whole place is cool. If you've never been to any type of racing track, I heavily recommend. And I don't mean like a go-kart track. I mean like go to the big boy stuff, as I say. If you're from California, I heavily recommend going to a place like maybe not Willow Springs. Willow Springs isn't as much a like a how do I put it? It's not as much for the spectators. The track is fast overall. It's out in the desert, and it's like the middle of nowhere. Um, I heavily recommend. Oof, I done goofed. I done goofed bad. I don't remember this. Ooh, boys and girls, I'm in. Oh God, I'm in fourth. I thought that was in second. Holy frijoles. um, I guess I should stop overshooting that turn. I think what actually happened was I clipped the dirt and I just started shooting left. But yeah, no, I heavily recommend going to Sonoma if you've never been to a racing track, or even Laguna Seca. Those are great tracks. I just don't recommend necessarily going on a NASCAR weekend. NASCAR is great and all. I love NASCAR. A lot of people will say, "Oh, but you're just going in you're going in a circle and yada yada." Well, if for a lot of people that didn't know, NASCAR actually comes to this track at least once a year here in Sonoma, and I shouldn't say here in Sonoma because I'm not from Sonoma, but yeah, they race road tracks too. It's not just all ovals, and ooh, am I gonna get him? Am I gonna get him? That's one of my favorite things of watching myself, is I can always mess around like, yo, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna pull it off? I believe I do. I'm not 100% sure. You guys will find out by the end of the video. All will be told by the end of the video. Right. Ooh, I need to I keep sliding everywhere. I see. Um, for those of you that also have no idea, this is me just. Oh my god. Oh my god. What just happened back there? Let's take this back a little bit. Uh. Okay, let me pause this right here. How do I toggle interface? Oh wait, nope. Cycle through. There we go. Let me go for that dude. Is that the? Oh yeah, no, those two just fucking ran into each other, and they're teammates. R.I.P. Anything else happen? Oh, they slowed down that 3. Those two, poor bastards. Oh well, let's get back to what's going on here. So now I'm in second, racing for first. Yeah, like if you can't tell, like from the sides of the tracks, there's this grandstands just everywhere for Sonoma, and you can walk around everywhere. I recommend coming around to Sonoma when there's like a Formula, Formula 3 race or a Formula 2 race or something, Not necessarily Formula 1 because I don't think Formula 1 even necessarily comes to Sonoma. I'm not 100% sure. I don't follow Formula 1 that much just because it was never Formula 1. I love road racing. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want to race open wheel racing. Oh, 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 and I almost spun out in front of the dude. But yeah, no, I race go-karts, which is open wheel, but you're not going that fast. Like shifters get up to what, like 125 on straights. The cars that I run, I'm not necessarily gonna spend $10,000 on a go-kart engine, which is what people do in the shifter class. Um, so I race what is called the local option 206 or the LO 206. It's a Briggs & Stratton engine, super cool. I think it gets up to like 80 on the straightaways, and it's fun. It's more of a momentum racing. It's four cycle, and I can't tell you guys the horsepower off the top of my head. I have no idea, and each engine is different, anyways. Not not necessarily drastically, but like they all have their slight differences, uh, it happens in racing, but whatever. I, I love the sport of racing, and watching Formula One races is always tough. I never know when they're gonna be on TV or anything like that. I don't really keep up with it all. And I don't even really keep up with NASCAR either. I love both of them. I think that they're both slightly corrupted in their own way, shape, or form. For instance, Formula One back in the day, for those of you that have no idea what's going on with racing, back in what's his name, Ayrton Senna's time. Ayrton Senna was a great racer from Brazil. A little bit before they came out with the computer technologies such as traction control, anti-brake system. Actually, ABS might have been around back then, but ABS is just anti-brake lock, so like it prevents your brakes from locking up together. But yeah, he raced before those times, and he was so insanely good. But he would get fucked over time and time again by politics. Say he won a race, or say somebody pushed him off track, and he took like a chicane, and then he won. Well, the people in the Ferrari drivers, they were some pansies, straight up. The Ferrari drivers would go up to the race official, and they'd say, hey, he cut the chicane, that's not fair for the rest of us. Even though one of the Ferrari drivers pushed him off track, and throughout the season, they would take those same chicanes and not get called on it, as to where Ayrton Senna did, So Formula One, back in the day at least, had lots of political problems. I don't know if it still does now. It'd be great to know if it, doesn't. But yeah. NASCAR, I don't know. I don't know necessarily how in the racing world, like in their races, if they're any at all corrupt. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't pay attention to all that. I just don't know. But what I will say is they don't help any other racing affiliations. Like they're not helping ARCA. They're just kind of trying to make money for themselves, And it's a lot less like a corruption, a lot more of a greediness to wealth. Nothing quite wrong with that. That's how we as human beings are, predominantly, I should say. But yeah. Before I go any further, or I should say before I end this off, what the hell happened to that camera? Yeah, this is my teammate right here, the Dragon Drop Racer. But they don't kick any money back to any other organizations that are trying to help build the sport of racing. And there's lots of people trying to build the sports of racing out there. It's just hard because of how expensive it is with the cost of living and things of that nature. You know, it's tough to race in the modern world, but we only have so many more years of oil before we run out. And it's probably, it's something like estimated like 44, 45 years or whatever. I think that with the way we drill oil out, it'll probably come out to like 50, 55 years until we run out of oil. So there's only about 50 years for people to actually race. So if you want to race, you better get your ass out there and race. You know what I mean? Don't wait. Just go out and do it. Do it for fun. Don't do it for money, because you're not gonna get far. Trust me, you never will, unless you have millions of dollars to throw in yourself. But yeah. Actually, I'll leave you guys with this quote before I go. I remember I was watching this documentary called The Gentleman Driver, and a gentleman driver is basically in some forms of racing, the teams are required to have an amateur driver, and so you can't just have a whole team of professionals. You have to have one amateur driver. Well, the gentleman driver is that, you know, that one person, and the gentleman driver is commonly the driver who, or it's commonly the CEO of the company that's funding the racing. And one of those gentleman drivers, I don't remember the dude's name, but one of those gentleman drivers said the best way to become a millionaire is to start racing. And the reason being is because you start off with billions of dollars and you'll end up with millions. Plain and simple, right? You always end up coming out with less than you put in. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I gave you guys a little bit more back story as to racing, a little bit, not a lot. I haven't gone over everything that there is in racing, because there's a lot of shit that's gone down in the past couple hundred, like 120 years or whatever that racing's been around. And I mean, foot racing, racing other things has been around forever, but like as far as racing machines, for example, these cars right here, these Formula, what is this, Formula 5, I think it is, Formula Rookie. These haven't been around that long. They've only been around for the past couple hundred years. Not even couple hundred years, the past like 100 and 120, 150 years. So we haven't had much time to create a story as far as racing. And it's going to be cut short because of the humans' love for oil and gasoline. But that's fine. I kind of have to say that's fine, because our planet needs us to not use those things, Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and this is today's Saturday's race, so tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, peace.